such an asshole.
We got a lot of new shit here. I got a new camera. I'm trying to learn this. I got a new dank hat. Check out that. There's reflection in the. Oh yeah. Is that how it's gonna be? Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Hang on. Oh, it's always something. It's always fucking something. There we go. Now you don't have glare. See how much I care about you people? And by care, I mean you pay me money, and you people, I mean people who pay me money. Just a greedy whore. All right. We have a request from a regular, Busako Man. He's a regular over on the podcast and the streams and everything. He kindly donates super chats. Mr. Celery, would you provide an opinion on the following information, please? And this is a video by Styxhexenhammer666. I think you guys all know him. And I like him. This isn't a criticism of him. I'm going to put this in the chat room so you guys can see it and view it later. There it is. We are at the Valley of Hard Times being created by weak men. Please guide us on the situation, as this will reflect on the rest of the world in 30 years, leading to a globalized corporate communism with digital information walls. Best regards, Busako Man. I think he's from Spain because he always donates in euros. And with Busako, that sounds very Spaniard. But that's not why we're here. So I watched it. It's about a 17-minute video, and it's Styxhexenhammer going on about how big tech has deplatformed Trump. They've deplatformed other people based on political lines. How this undermines democracy. How there is an oligopoly or cartel or trusts vertically integrated based on big tech that will more or less determine who's going to get elected because they have such power when it comes to producing media and what you see and what you don't see. Spin the modern day mainstream media is what big tech is. And he's very upset. And I wouldn't say he was yelling or screaming, but he was very upset. And how he advocates going to alternative platforms, which he's going to do. And if I had the time, I would. And I'll just wait till I get deplatformed to do it. And it would be a much welcome respite and break I could probably use. But don't worry. And I think people's fears about, we got the platform off the main ones. Don't worry. What's his name? Alex Jones is still out there. He's still out there. It's not like there aren't alternatives. PayPal deplatforms of people. Now you got Subscribestar. YouTube deplatforms people. You got BitChute and what else? DLive and MGTOW TV and was it unauthorized.tv and things like that. So I'm not worried about the platform will be out there. If you guys want to find the message, you want to find your peeps, your chums, your buddies, your speakers, you'll find us. It's just instead of the big ass corporate church, they got kicked out. They kicked out the pastor, and the pastor goes starts his new little church. And if you want to follow me, maybe you got to go to a different website. Maybe you got to do 2 clicks more. But I'm not as worried about it. Anyway, so Styxhexenhammer is basically very upset about the demise of the republic, the demise of free markets, the demise of free competition. The introduction of a big tech elite, a group of billionaires that are going to decide who they're going to be for and who they're not. And he's not irrational. This is not conspiracy theory. I mean, we go back several years ago, and Google was it? There were executives like in an executive meeting talking about how they want to get rid of Trump and how they're talking about how they're uncomfortable with who the president is and what they got to do. Like, we're going to help get rid of him. And I just can't believe in it. It's like, don't you have a company to run? And this is to be expected because decades of time has been invested in what is now Gen X to have them have the correct political beliefs. And millennials are right behind. They have even more of the politically correct beliefs that you just can't run an effing company. You have to have politics. So it's been an applause to communists and socialists. You did a very good job brainwashing 2.5, 3 full generations of youth. And now the fruits are beginning to bear. And that's what you see. So it's not like we're really talking almost Manchurian candidates, but instead of a Manchurian candidate, it's a Manchurian army or generation where it's like, okay, I will go and do the socialist thing because it's cool. I mean, you want to see that? Look at people in San Francisco. I'm like, there are people shitting in your streets. Yeah, but if we vote left again, it's like, I might as well be talking to that mouse or that piece of paper over there. And so you want me to guide you in what you presume to be bad days ahead, which I'm inclined to agree with. And you hurt me, Basako, man. You hurt me because you already know what I think. I wrote this down 8 years ago. It's a book called Enjoying the Decline. And freedom, finances, not having to worry about eating anymore. These are all great, wonderful things while I'm here in the material world. But when I die, I'm trying to look on the positive side of things. But when I pass away, I'm going to look glorious. They're going to say, can you believe that guy predicted all this stuff? And not to sound too arrogant or cocky, but I'm going to have a pretty good track record, and people are going to remember me for it. Say, wow, he predicted this, he predicted that. It's not that I'm a genius. It's just I had the balls to see the data in front of my face. I say, holy crap, this is what's going to happen. And starting from dumbass kids in college, when I was a dumbass kid in college, like, oh, you're just a Nazi, to 20-something, 30-something, oh, you're a racist, there's no housing bubble, there's no dot-com bubble, to like today where like, oh, wait, well, you were right. Oh. I don't care. See, Styxhexenhammer, not philosophically or political analytically, is about 15 years behind me. And I have moved on beyond politics, beyond economics, because ain't nobody going to listen. You're not going to save anything. You ain't going to change anything. I've come to accept. And then I've taken actions. Above all else, what's very important is mentally to adapt to this reality, because it's going to happen. I'll give you an example, even though it doesn't really necessarily have anything to do with republic or politics or democracy in the United States. I've told you boys not to expect to get married. I expect the majority of you going on into the future, younger men, you're not going to get married. Now, maybe the majority of you will get married, but you're going to end up divorced and miserable. But I tell you not to expect it. Why? Because women are 30 years programming, 40 years in this case, they are conditioned not to be supporting wives. So, no, you might get married, you'll get divorced, or you'll be miserable. But I keep telling you, it's not on the table. Traditional wife with a nuclear family and children is not on the table for the majority of you. That's a pretty big ballsy belief to state. I've even gotten to this, you want to end poverty? All men get vasectomies. Right? Oh, radical. Oh, how edgy. No, it's just, I just see the writing on the wall. It would end poverty. Solve a lot of problems. And Busako, man, I appreciate you, and I know it, but I've been at this battle trying to convince minds of forget politics, just reason, evidence, data, reality, and nobody wants it. Why do you think I'm going Operation Evil? Why do you think I'm going to go and start selling lies? Why do you think essentially I'm going to become the Democrat Party? Not a whole party, but what do you want to be told? All righty. Big is beautiful. It ain't your fault. You're awesome and amazing. Your degree is worth something. There you go. Now give me my money. Thank you. Bye. Because society has decided where it's going to go. So I've given up. I don't worry about it. Like I didn't know Trump got impeached a second time. Don't know how that works. Almost kind of makes Congress look like a bunch of dumbasses. You impeached him a second time? How many times can a guy get impeached? And so I saw it on the newspaper. I went to Walmart today to get this dank hat. And I'm like, again? I'm so glad I don't pay attention. And I'm happier. You guys are all pissed off. And it is over. One thing I like about Turd Flinging Monkey, if you want to tune into his show, he points out that, okay, let's say Trump won. It doesn't matter. The trajectory of the United States is more or less set. The native population is going to vote left because that's the religion. Immigrants generally vote left because it's in their financial interests, or at least short-term financial interests. They'll find out it's not in their long-term ones. Ask Venezuelans. And you're not going to stop it. This has been in the making for like 50 years. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to die. And I'm sick and tired of getting all worked up. So the first thing is get your attitudes adjusted. Stop watching the effing news. Who cares what so-and-so at the New York Times says? It doesn't matter. The New York Times is going to New York Times. I don't care what CNN says. I don't care what Fox News says. I don't care if the president gets impeached 40 times. I don't care. I'm way more important than that shit, at least to me anyway. So that's the first thing is get a little bit of self-respect and stop watching fucking politics. It's over. It's a foregone conclusion. Provide a rearguard action, try and convince your kids or family, and like, hey, maybe we should not have social, racist. All right, never mind. Yay. People who want other people's money, go. Maybe you give the kid the book Worthless, whatever. But it's not going to change the trajectory. We've hit the iceberg. It's over. We're just going to sink real slow. Now, what do you want to do in the meantime? You want to we shouldn't have hit the iceberg. Well, we did. Right? So that's the first thing. Stop trying to save the country. The country doesn't want to be saved. Women want the government check instead of husbands and family. People want worthless degrees and to be celebrated for mundane achievements. Nobody wants to work, and nobody wants to have a country anymore. And if there is a country, it's now bigoted, racist, sexist, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, fine. There you go. I'm dying in 20, 25 years. I don't care. Go. All right, so that's one. Number two thing you could do, have a plan B, right? Well, what are you planning? Have a plan C. Have backup plans. My plan B is I bought precious metals over the 20 years that I've been here. I have guns, right? I am moving to a community where if they try to take our guns, there's going to be a ton of corpses laying around. Maybe among them, but this is one of the last few places where it's traditional old school America. Your neighbor's going to cover your six, and most people are like, no, you're not. No, we're not going to give up our guns or whatever the feds might argue and send down on us. All right, so that's another thing you can do. Did you buy crypto like Cappy told you to as an insurance policy? No, you didn't. Well, maybe you might want to think about that. So when Ocasio-Cortez comes in and says, your 401k isn't, you do have too much. And me and my fat, lazy ass, well, she's not fat, but she's lazy. I've never worked a job and I need money for me so I can do my me things. And you benefited unfairly from that, even though I am the epitome of a privileged princess. Then you say, soon asset prices aren't going to be worth a lot in the United States. How do I get my funds overseas? Even though they'll confiscate everything at the border? I know, cryptocurrency. Although it's a little pricey now. And then finally, maybe go travel overseas and find a plan. This is what I'm plan C, plan D, whatever we're on now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over. I'm going to get residency somewhere else. I'm going to apply for citizenship. Well, I got to figure out first where. And it's a time-consuming process. Go to Sovereign Man. Go to Nomad Capitalist. Check out their stuff. They have a bunch of candidate countries that you might want to consider. And then I'm going to go and evaluate those and then have a plan B. Have a life raft. All right? And unlike everybody else, which is the majority of conservative libertarian types who just bitch and whine and moan about it on the internet and tweet it out and Facebook it out, nobody does anything. This is the Republican Party. I want the Republican Party. We want to get younger people in here. Can you help us out? Sure, I'll help you out. I'll give you guys a speech and show you what I think. And, then crickets. Delivered the speech, crickets. And then, of course, that organization folded and where do we get young people? I just told you how to get young people. I didn't hear from you guys like, well, we need you to come in here and work on a project for us. All right. Nope. Most people, including those on the right or libertarian right, are lazy. And to quote Turd Flingy Monkey again, who you can find on BitChute, somebody, not me, do something. I'm going to have a nice plan B overseas. I am not going to have the American immigrant story. He came here in 1897 with $3 in his pocket. I'm going to have land somewhere. I'm going to have assets somewhere outside of the United States that cannot be confiscated by the United States if I decide to leave and renounce U.S. citizenship. And then I can start not anew, but like, yeah, I got my house paid off and I can make some money or whatever. And I mean, it's nice, you guys, like pounding the table. I can't believe, oh my, harumph, 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 harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. Have fun harumphing. Or do you want to take action? And that's why I'm a little hurt, Bisacco, man. I wrote my treatise, or my philosophy about this 8 years ago in a book called Enjoy the Decline. And the link is to the book down below. And that's why I recommend the rest of you. Now, you know, what could happen? I mean, overnight, maybe girls could wake up, say, wait a minute, we want traditionalism again. We'll work off the weight and get thin. We'll have nuclear families again. And that's about the only way anything would be saved within American culture, the American economy, the Republic, the democracy. It really is up to women, because men only live to work to have sex with women and have kids. And so if Team Women decides to join Team Men and form Team Family for Team Country, cool. In the meantime, I don't see that half of the population, especially the younger part of that, and there's certainly traditional women on, ever putting love, family, children, or their fellow man ahead of their politics. The indoctrination has been too good, too thorough, too successful, and too long. And we can't just turn on flip a switch and then, you know, all of a sudden women realize, wait a minute, are you saying that if money printer go burr, we're just going to jack up rents and insurance costs and tuition costs? Oh, I mean, the point and reason in life is to fall in love and maybe have a family, but the value of other people is what really is better. Oh, it's not going to happen. Did you see Cosmo? Athleta. Did you see Athleta? They just tweeted out this fat woman it's the most hilarious thing. There's this fat middle-aged woman doing kind of a half sit-up, because that woman could never do a full sit-up. And she's holding like a 5-pound weight, and she's in this Athleta gear, and she's got to be about 280, 270 pounds. It's like, what are you, nuts? The indoctrination is going full blast, man. You're not going to undo that. So I know when you're licked, know this ship is sinking, and then make plans to get it. In the meantime, the least you can do is let go psychologically, emotionally, and mentally of all this. Because, dude, it's a mental tax. It is exhausting. Trust me, I've been there. I was there for 25 or 20 years, at least, maybe 25 years. Trying to sound the alarms and the bells, economics, recession, whatever. No. And then you know what? Fuck society then. Fuck them. Find a way to profit off of it. Find a way to profit off of the demise. You know, if you're trying to figure out something like that. But, you know, for your own personal, one, get the right mental attitude so you're no longer paying the mental tax. And my book down below, Enjoy the Decline, link there, will help you do that. A second link, and it's a shorter read, so maybe you don't want to read the Enjoy the Decline. It might take a while. Get Sanity is the Future of Wealth. You want revenge on the left? You want a little bit of happiness and hope? Get that book down below as well. It's an essay, really. It's a very short. It's cheap. I priced it to sell because I didn't want to make that much money on it. I just wanted people to get the idea and read through that and be like, oh, okay. Because if it's a consolation to you, the left isn't going to win. They could have everything. They'll be miserable still. I mean, they are miserable. You cannot be an NPC where your sole point and reason in life, the thing that you derive value from is an ideology, religious or not, political or not, is other people owe me a living. You cannot be a great person. You can't even be I don't even know if you could be human. You're just a parasite at that time. Well, there are costs and consequences mentally for leftists whose entire value is I deserve other people's money, and by God, I'm an amazing person for demanding other people's money. So get that. There's another book down there called Poor Richard's Retirement. That's how to be a minimalist and retire on minimalism. I have a course online that I offer once a month on minimalism, how to actually achieve it and attain it so you don't worry about all the money in the world. That's not offered now. It's not open right now. The class is closed, but you can register or log in or, I don't know, sign up. It doesn't cost you anything. For the Cleary School of Economic Philosophy, that's on Teachable. I'll make a notification when the minimalism class is there. I intend on offering other economic philosophical classes there when I get the effing time. You can sign up for the school. You just signed up for the school. I'll get a notification. I'm like, okay, cool. And then what else? What else did I link to below? Did I link to anything else below? If there's something else linked there as well. And that's it. So there you go. Just let them suffer. Let them be miserable. I mean, are feminists happy? No. Are fat chicks happy? No. Are careerist women happy? No. Are leftist soy boy millennial boys happy? No. Are all the NEETs and the communists and socialist libertarian socialists happy living in their mom's basement not getting laid? No. Is Nancy Pelosi, arguably the most successful Democrat politician known today, is she happy? No. Kamala Harris might be happy, but not for long. No. Do you want to be happy? I'm not kidding. And interesting observations. Like, you want to be happy? Be in shape. Have good sex. Leftists don't get that. Just saying. I got to adjust this. Let me get it there. Is that more? There we go. That's more center. Maybe just a little bit up. All right. Of course, our always reliable Atham with his super sticker, which once again, if you didn't know this, Atham, I cannot see it. And I'm going to bet it's a Mexican poops. Journey Trials of Joy for $5. Yeah, I saw this coming, but like you said, years ago, enjoy the decline. The world is heading into a global reset. I just want to accomplish some things. So yeah, I mean, you can't take it with you. Irish Alpha 82. Oh, thanks for the generous donation of 20 euros. That's like 25, $30. Facebook, Google et al. Are so big they can afford to employ the Sheryl Sandbergs to spout feminist crap about leaning in and using tired anecdotes about toilet trips. Toilet trips? Any opinion on Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos race? Well, I like that Elon Musk finally grew a testy and left California. I don't like that Elon Musk takes my money to create, sparky cars for rich people. And Jeff Bezos, a race to what? Where are they racing? Keep in mind, I don't watch the news anymore. I don't. I am too valuable a person to watch the news. And you are too if you get a little bit of self-respect. I know Jeff donated all this money to poor people in Seattle and they bitched and whined because it wasn't enough. I like the fact that Jeff got divorced and had half his shit taken away from him because he's not a Marxist, but a lefter-leaning guy. I like it when congressmen clamor for his money. When he doesn't have money, he has shares of Amazon. He does not have a liquid position, but it shows you in congressmen and congresswomen who don't know basic economics doesn't know that Jeff Bezos can't just sell 80 billion in Amazon shares. He doesn't have the cash laying around. He wouldn't get 80 billion. It's an illiquid market. It wouldn't work. But why bother Congress with basic economics? Journey Trials of Joy for $5. I find it funny how some Americans want to fight. Laughing out loud, they can't change things. Americans are too lazy and not have long intention spans for CW. I'll tell you another thing, Journey Trials of Joy. I want to set up a militia, not in a military sense, though that would certainly be part of it, but it was more like a survival sense, like a post-apocalyptic. We're like, oh, crap, the energy grid went down. Okay, well, we better all protect ourselves. And a bunch of people are interested. I'm like, okay. I said, well, let's meet up over here and we'll go over, like, we'll exercise and we'll learn about shooting guns and how to disassemble AR-15s and clean them. No one showed up. No, and why? Oh, I'm busy. I'm tired. Like, what? Run 3 miles. I'm like, all right, just all of you go fuck yourselves. These are team conservative and libertarian. Aaron, you can't be a lone wolf. Well, I'm sure as hell not going to tow a bunch of fat, lazy, fat Republicans from the suburbs who can't run, let alone know how to clean a gun. Accounting Bites for $2. MSM specializes in demoralization. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to watch. I mean, why would you watch TV that says, we hate you, the world hates you, you're a bad person, you're all these forms of ists and isms, you owe the world a living. And yeah, fuck you. I'm not going to watch it. I'd rather watch sports ball. And not to mention Fox News is a, oh my God, did you know the communists are at your door right at this moment now? And, all right. No, they're not really. Getting there. Once was a man named Cappy, and he did some shit. Renegade Show, $10. Enjoy the declining curse. The high IQ completely changed my life. Good to hear. It helped me find happiness. 10 out of 10 would recommend both books. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, man, and while you're at it, if you have any delusions that you think you're going to find love, go get, it's not linked down below, but look up The Book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI on the pursuit of women. I know that's your number one interest beyond politics. Please get that so you don't waste even more time, energy, stress, and mental resources about something you don't control. The Geth. His new guide sounds like $5. Don't forget keeping up with your physical health. Yes, very important. Old Cappy's going to go hike Black Mountain tomorrow. Is that racist? A white man summits Black Mountain. Is that racist? Yeah, you have to have health. And I'm probably going to hit the gym later on today. Of course, I'm going to have a cigar later on. Because the cigar girl is hot. She's really good looking. Just looking. I've been down that path. Hey, our child slave labor agent in the field, Troy, for $2. Let's vote in more Democrats to speed up the decline. There's an argument for that. There really is. Wisco Nomad for $2. Full grid blackout coming soon. I don't think so. You understand how many sheep will just keep on going to work because they don't know anything else. Sam Whiskey, $2. The Czech Republic is a great place, I hear. Yes, that's on the list. It's on the list. Oh, holy shit, Mexi Mike. Oh, Donna Hansford, one of the few women in our group. $5 Australian dollars. Cappy, your book on how not to become a millennial is brilliant. Thank you. Finally caught a live one from Australia. Oh, you're live? Okay, well, what is it? It's 3 a.m. over there. What are you doing up at 3 a.m.? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for staying up very late. Yes, that is another. Look, I have a confession to make. I'll come clean. All my books are brilliant. They're all brilliant. They are. I'm sorry. I wanted to hide that fact from you all. I wanted to make it sound like some of them were complete crap. But unfortunately, they're all brilliant. And that millennial book, I would say, is my best work, hands down. Unfortunately, it's one of the least selling ones out there. It is under the name Vince Barrett because Vince bought it from me and published it for me and did a little bit of editing because the conclusions were so dark, I couldn't in good conscience and faith publish it. And then he says, well, let me publish it under my name. And then whatever concerns I had never materialized. So yes, please get that book if you would like to read my best work. Mexi Mike for $5. I've been observing, thinking, and pontificating on what is going on. And we all concluded it's a feces show, rightly so. But the pendulum went from, here, Mexi Mike writes down here, patriarchy thriving in the 1950s to the womanist movement in 2020. When the pendulum swings back due to collapse, the women are noticing single mommies are a hard pass. If we have a collapse, an economic collapse, women are going to go right back to being sex slaves. And this is what men have been trying to prevent. This is why we have civilization, among many other things. But if there is a collapse, your women's studies degree is not going to save you. You're going to find out real quick what your real value is in society. Mexi Mike for $5 again. Conservatism is going to make a comeback as counterculture. What already is the counterculture, but you're not going to convince. Everyone needs to suffer and starve. I was maybe thinking the millennials might wake up, but when you looked at their voting patterns, they're so thoroughly inculcated in Marxist indoctrination, and they have nothing else in their life. I thought like, wow, I even wrote it like, dear millennials, whose advice did you follow? And I pointed out all the people's advice you followed were leftists and socialists. And you'd think maybe you'd wake up and say, hey, these people lied to us and took our money. You're socialist professors. But no, you blame the white man. You blame white male Christians. It's like, I don't think the white male Christians made off with $200,000 in your tuition money. Because again, then they'd have to look and admit that they're worthless. They have no value in life. They're just parasites valuing themselves because they're parasites. Yeah, I advocate taking other people's shit. I'm so brave and amazing and courageous. Fernando Covid, our Portuguese/Brazilian agent in the field, $5. The Pence principle goes down the toilet as apparently Pence was in bed with Pelosi. Disgusting. I don't know, Fernando. I haven't been paying attention. Why are you paying attention? You don't even live here. Or is it like, I bet you to foreigners, the American political circus has got to be like a soap opera. Like, why tune into one of those Mexican soap operas, which are really kind of funny, when you can just watch American politics? I see, as an outside observer, it'd be very entertaining. Mexi Mike, $5. To become our very best mental point of origin. Yeah, there's a lot of what Rolo says here is true too. Then you stand a chance at snagging one of the uninfected latest young batch as they wake to the lives of the womanist movement. Yeah, maybe if you want to go fishing, that I did. Cappy did his fishing. Cappy is done. Cappy has made it very clear many times that if Cappy ever goes back fishing, he's just going to pay for the fish. Here's the money. Now give me the fish. Donna Hannaford, $2 Australian. How do I get the blokes and the guys? Well, be thin, be hot, get big boobs. That's it. Wear heels. Why? I wonder what attracts men. If only there was like a polar binary opposite of men, like opposites would attract. Now, what could we call the opposite of men? If there was only a word, like there'd be masculinity and then there'd be this opposite, yet not confrontational, complementary thing that they would attract. I don't know. Masculinity and maybe femininity? Be female. Be hot. Be thin. If you could get them big boobs, wear a dress, long hair. You know what men want. Don't do this to me, Donna. You know what they want. It's not that hard. Although I think she's jesting. Mexi Mike, $2. Tried to sequence them all in one single idea. Okay. Well, thank you for the multiple donations. Oh, I got other requests, guys. I'm not going. This isn't just like the one video I'm doing today. I have a lot to do. Invest in my decentralized penis for $5. Fat people will be the most valuable asset. They could be used as food, as shields, and as bait to confuse and outrun predator. In a month, you go a month without food, there are not going to be fat people. That is going to be, historians will look back. Could you believe 70% of the American population was overweight? Journey Charles of Joy, $5. They say China economy will overtake the USA by 2026. Do you advise Americans to learn Chinese? Not really. I mean, yeah, it's not going to hurt. It wouldn't hurt. I would say learn the language of whatever country you want to move to before you learn Chinese. If it's China, then learn Chinese. Not Stop Dre, $2. But women are independent-minded cosmopolitans. Says, yes, they all are. They are all strong, brave, and courageous and amazing. There are no average women. There are no ugly women. They are all goddesses. Wisco Nomad, $2. Have you ever voluntarily gone without drinking for a while? Yeah, I went a whole year without drinking, and now I'll go like a month or two, and then something will piss me off to no fucking end, and then I'll go on like not a bender is a strong word, but I'll take like 3 days, 4 days, maybe even 5 days off, and just have a constant buzz. I'll just like wake up, have myself a cocktail, look out the backyard. I could still do work. I'm not hammered or schlitzed or anything, but I'll just maintain a nice, easy buzz. But even like after day 3, you really ought to stop, because even if you're not like, just that constant buzz will take a toll on your system. So then you're like, oh, there's like a light hangover the next day or two, and it's actually not worth it. But if you're gonna drink, you're gonna drink. Fernando Covet, $2. Aaron, I'm a U.S. citizen. I live in Houston, Texas. Why did I think you were from Brazil? Okay, so then why are you watching U.S. politics? You don't even get entertainment value. This is just pain for you. All right, that's it. More on the way. The links to my books below. If you're having trouble, somebody get Styxhexenhammer666. Will one of you guys go contact him? I've tried to contact him several times. I don't hear back from him. He every once in a while has gotten back. Well, some of you go tell him, hey, why don't you read Enjoy the Decline and chill out? Very good. All right, see you guys later. Toodles.